More stuff. What else can I mess with?
So this is Andrew and Jim. Do you guys know each other from previous?
Oh yeah, 2017.
Never met this guy before in my life.
Lying. He's lying. He's trying to protect his reputation. Little does he know that's not gonna work.
Yeah, my reputation's already trashed.
Yeah, it's way too late. Way too late for that.
More of the presenters here at Horizons Unlimited. I love this stuff. What do you do?
I ride motorcycles.
And you save lives.
And I save lives.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm also a
save
paramedic
lives.
and medical dispatcher in Wisconsin.
Right. And you are a lecturer to the adventure motorcycle community.
And I'm a lecturer to the adventure motorcycle community.
Exactly.
Mostly about how not to bring crap.
Well, people bring crap anyway, but packing less. Also things like budgeting and time management for trips and medical things because of my medical background. Time management.
That's rule number 3. No time management.
Not when you're on a trip.
Take years.
Take years.
Take years.
And what about you, Jim?
So I came here in 2017 before my first big trip, and Andrew told me the two rules of Horizons Unlimited. Just go. Do not dick around. Do not delay. Just go. And rule number 2 is, and when you come back, you have to present.
Oh, see, now I heard it was a little different. I heard rule number 1, just go. You'll fall in love. You'll meet your tribe. And rule number 2 was you always have to bring a friend next time.
I don't know.
He knew I wouldn't have any friends.
I don't have any friends.
Well, both are good rules.
He
Regardless.
gave me rule 2B because he knew that I wouldn't have any friends to bring.
Now, your big trip was down to South and Central America, right?
Yes.
Did you have fun with that?
Did I what? Have fun? Yeah, it was great. I mean, no, it was terrible. No one should go there. Just kidding. Everyone should go.
It's overpriced and there's too many people that speak Spanish.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I went down to. Went to South America. I stopped in Alaska on the way because Alaska is on the way to South America. And then I was on the road for about a year on a 250. And then I came back up here and started doing classes and prepping for Africa, which I just haven't got to yet. I was going to do another Americas trip before that, but now I'm just going to skip it and go to Africa. So since then, I think the longest trip I've been on is only about 3 months. Only about 3 months.
And Jim has basically been on a trip his entire life.
Yeah, especially since I retired. That was 10 years ago. So now I'm qualified to remain in retirement.
What was your big trip?
So I'd been on my bucket list since my 20s to go on a really long motorcycle trip. And so
I just keep wanting to laugh because I'm thinking trip.
yeah, take a long trip. Right. So I found out about Horizons Unlimited and came here in 2017, and I had a stenographer's notebook with me, which I literally filled up.
You still take notes even to this day.
I do, but I filled it up that year with all of the stuff because it was a particularly prescient set of lectures that year for me, because I was going to ride my motorcycle from North Carolina to Panama and back. And a number of the lecture topics were talking about border crossings, non-carne, right? You know, Latin America and South America. So
Those border crossings are special. Those are unique borders.
special.
In the world.
I did 25 of them if I counted correctly. So,
And the fastest one was what, 4 hours?
there was one that only took like about 30 minutes.
Now that's a record.
Because there was nobody there, and I had my little folio full of copies of this, that, and the other damn thing, and I was ready. And the guy was bored and young and like incentivized to
Get you on
take
the way.
names and kick butt for some unusual reason, you know, but most of them took hours. Sometimes it was just long lines. Sometimes it was, in Costa Rica, it was all of the customs and aduana agents went on strike in sympathy with someone else who was on strike. You know, so the border started backing up, and then somebody came to their senses a couple hours later. And in the meantime, we just, you know, there was little cantinas around, so we...
So how far did you make? How far did you go?
So I went from Charlotte, North Carolina, through every country between between USA and Panama, all of the countries, about 30,000 miles, I think, and it was the flight of the Bumblebee.
What was your favorite country?
I don't See, that's the hard part, because all of them were my favorite countries. It's like,
Different, huh?
which of your children is your favorite?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Right?
Good point.
Which
Yeah.
is your children's favorite? But I stayed in this hotel on the far side of Lake Atitlan from Antigua, San Pedro del Sula. Penthouse hotel room, $6.50 a night. And the lady who ran the on-site restaurant was one of the best cooks in the world.
That's awesome.
And dinner was $2 or $3, and beers were 50 cents a piece. So that was great.
Nice.
I stayed a month in Granada, Nicaragua. Took some Spanish lessons. Lived in a little condo that was a kind of a closed-in complex with a swimming pool.
Nice.
And it was $250 a week or $500 a month.
Hey, no question there.
This is non-gringo math, right? This is non-gringo math. I think what drives the situation there is they want to lock in any amount of income for the maximum amount of time. So if you only want to stay for a week, it's like, okay, we got to go through this hassle and uncertainty of renting it or not renting it again in a week.
Yeah.
But if you stay for a month, well, we got you
Cut
for a
it in
month. So we just want you locked in.
So best advice, somebody setting out on their first big trip.
Just go. Just go. Seriously, I've been saying that for years. Just go. It doesn't matter if you don't think you have the stuff that you're supposed to have. You probably don't, but you never will until you actually go on the trip. Don't think you don't know what you need to know, because you probably don't, but you won't until you go on the trip. So just go on the trip, learn the stuff you need to learn along the way, and then come to Horizons Unlimited and teach classes.
What he says.
Yeah.
He said. But there are two things. A passport with lots of empty pages that doesn't expire anytime soon, and find out what shots you need and how long it will take to get them.
Nice.
Because those will kill your trip. If those two things will kill your trip.
Thanks, guys. That's awesome. Great advice.
This is only my second beer, too.
I'm impressed.